What's up? How's it going, everyone? This is going to me writing code for the first time in a long time. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. I realize I'll probably tell the story a couple times, but I advertise a courses link on YouTube and other places, and realized when I migrated my site to Astro, I forgot to migrate my courses page. So I am going to build basically the most basic one, that I can just to get that out there to have the information that people are looking for. Um, so that's what I'm gonna be doing. I'd love to get questions and comments and stuff, and also just feedback on the site because I feel like I'm still like everyone. I feel like we go through a million iterations of everything, and we still kind of figure out what we want where. Oh, what's up, Florian on YouTube? What's going on? How are you doing? Also, do you have any experience with what is this called? Astro. That's what we're going to be using for this. I haven't touched it in a while. But that's what we're going to use. So I think I can start my local dev npm run dev from the master branch. Caleb, new here. What exactly is Astro? Caleb, welcome. Thank you for being here. Astro is a new framework like the millions of other frameworks out there. But it's super cool. It helps you build really fast sites. And anyway, it gets into like the static site thing, and it's just cool. It's modern. You can use different components, types of frameworks inside of it. So you can use React, Angular, or maybe not Angular, React Vue, Svelte inside of it. Maybe Angular. I can't remember. Anyway, it's just really cool. So it's just another one of those new modern frameworks that's a lot of fun, and that's what I rebuilt my site with. Christoph, hey, I can't see live. Busy with the kids. We'll definitely watch later. Thank you for your content. Awesome. I appreciate that. Yeah, thank you for joining. Um, good night in my country. Harry, where are you based? I'm assuming somewhere further east from here. Notice your content for a while has been around Svelte. Is this kind of a replacement? I don't think it's a replacement for me. I don't think Astro necessarily replaces Svelte. I think it kind of depends on what I'm doing. I think it has some really nice built-in things to support Markdown. So like inside of my blog, it accepts Markdown by default. So you don't have to do any extra configurations. It has code highlighting and stuff inside of there as well. And that stuff is just really nice. So some of the stuff that it has built in specifically for that is super, super nice. Am I zoomed in on this? Yeah. So I didn't have to do anything to get, let's see, one of my blog posts to get, does this have code snippets in it? To get code snippets to work. Actually, this is an image. Yeah. Anyway, so I think it's cool. Not a replacement for Svelte. Lots of good things to use in a lot of different places. So anyway, what I need to do is create a courses page. And I was kind of debating. I was thinking I was just going to actually go ahead and make that as a markdown file. So like in pages, I think I should be able to do just courses.md and then say this is my courses page. I will probably customize this more later on, but for now, I can probably just get away with throwing it into Markdown. So let's go to courses. This is my courses page. It's so good. It's amazing. One of the things that we can do is we can wrap this inside. So we can do some metadata in here. I doubt I'll need a whole lot of metadata, but one of the things I do want specifically is the layout property. And if I just change this to use the blog layout, needs to maybe come from a different place. So maybe here. That should go ahead and give me a few things, which is nice. So it goes ahead and styles this page for me. It has a blank spot here for an image, and I think I'll probably do an image of my desk setup. Or actually, I'm two different things that I'm doing. Two different things. Sorry. One is for courses. Um, one is for my uses page. Two pages that I need to add. Mobile, just tried Astro on Portfolio Web. Cool. Do you have a link to that? I'd love to see if you have a link. Feel free to share. Mage is back. Mage was here last time. Diago from Brazil. What's up? How's it going, everyone? So yeah, I'm just kind of cranking away at this. You can see there's a couple things. This blog layout by default is looking for, let's see, blog layout is looking for certain properties that it can add inside of here. So it's looking for, it's got the article content. Oh, actually, it's got the slot. So the slot is where the markdown actually goes. So the markdown just gets embedded there. And then I've got a component for an article header. And what it does is either shows a YouTube video, an embedded YouTube video, or a cover image. And I'm going to shrink the code just a little bit. Let me know if that's too small for y'all. But so for this page, I don't necessarily need that. And this is, I don't know exactly what I want this page to look like. So I'm going to start with maybe just, let's see what this base layout is. So this is, if I just switch this to use, where's my markdown file? Base layout. What does that do? Cool. So I think that's kind of all I want. So let's do H1 of courses. And we don't have styling on here. So I think the base layout probably, I got a talk layout as well. I do have a I'm not actually using my talking page right now. I have the base layout. I think what I might want is another component. Let's see if I can duplicate this and call this base layout with what's it called? Tailwind gives me like style. Let me stop this. Inside of the blog post layout, I should, pros, with pros. That's what I want. So let's duplicate base layout, duplicate this, and let's call this base layout with pros. Okay. And then inside of the container, I want a class of pros. So inside of main, do a class of pros. Will that do it? Yeah, Brad, thank you for helping me with that name. That didn't quite. Do I need to do another? Do I need to set pros Excel as well? When friends can help me with this. That didn't do it either. Let's see. Anybody know what I'm missing? So the blog post layout, let's move it over here so we can see it. So an article with a class of pros and pros XL. Yo, what's up? Absolute. What's going on? I wonder, is there anything I'm missing in here that I know of? So we have the pros and the pros XL class, which I thought would take care of styling the slot, but I'm not seeing that come up. Oh, because we're not actually using this new layout. We need the base layout with pros. And maybe, yeah, there we go. Magically, that will appear. Cool. So this is a courses page. The other couple of pages actually don't even have anything on the blog landing page. Blog, Astro, base layout, post map. Layout isn't being used. Yeah. Where? I don't even know where that is. The blog. Is that for? It should be on this page, I believe. Why is it not showing me? Oh, it's showing way up here. That's funny. So don't want that up there. Base layout, content. So just go in here. Cool. And then, unfortunately, I don't have styling on that. Just actually, like, I kind of just want to apply pros everywhere. I don't know if that's a great idea or not, but I'll come back to that. Very interesting content. I want to try Astro at a small project coming ahead. Thanks for this live run through. Yeah, absolutely. Let me know how it goes. What you think about when you try it. Everyone that seems to try or that tries it seems to love it. Is all I can say. So go back to courses page, and I'll do something really basic. I create courses to help help developers learn web development. And eventually, again, I'll do something a little more custom on here. But now I'm basically, I think, just going to link off to these. So I'll do something like course one, and then get some links in here. And this will actually be like learn Visual Studio Code. Got a course of that. React and serverless. Maybe you should put years on this as well. Absolute said they got a job offer for the first time. What? That's amazing. Tell us a little bit more if you don't mind. What kind of job offer is it? What are you going to be doing? And do you have any tips for other people that are looking for jobs? Something that worked well for you? If you have that, I would love to hear that. Also have I don't even know what it's called anymore. I have a course on Level Up Tuts with Scott Talinsky, and I can't remember what the course is called. Not the YouTube, but Level Up tutorials here. And tutorials. Kelvin, what's going on? He's got so many courses. How far back would I have to go? Here's the course that where is it? That Amy did almost a year ago now, I think. That's wild. And how far back do I have to get to the one that I created? It was a long time ago. Full stack, React, and Firebase. I'll go ahead and grab this link too. Oh gosh, look at that. It's so much different. Look at the difference in my like recording setup, the lighting, the background, the camera. I think this is just the webcam. So many things are different. That's hilarious to look at. But what did we say this was? Full stack React and Firebase? Yeah. Full stack React and Firebase. Include a link to that. Are you planning to use some sort of CMS to host your list of courses and their content? You're just going to manage it with Markdown. Great question. So I actually had all of this stuff stored inside of Sanity, which has been really interesting for me. So one of the reasons that I backed away from Sanity is just because it's like you have to manage it, and I didn't want to like have to manage updates and installs and that kind of stuff. So like I've got a bunch of stuff here. And I actually like the idea of having this stuff inside of a Hello CMS, but I just kind of got tired of having to update my data models in code and having to push that for Sanity. So I just didn't love it. So eventually what I want to do is like build out a framework for something like this. And it may be an embedded Markdown. It may be in a headless CMS. I don't exactly know yet. But I want to build out like just a structure for like every course that I build. I want to have these different things. And some of it's just the metadata. Like here's the excerpt. Here's the cover image. Here's the slug, etc. Actually, that's actually good to know because I need to generate one of those too. So I wonder if maybe it would be a good idea to actually, so this is where I get overwhelmed of like, how much of this do I need to go back and do? So let's start by just adding all of these to the site. I think that would be the best place to start. So inside of here, link to Learn Visual Studio Code. Let's put that one in there. Let's do React and serverless here. That goes to Podia. And then we have one more for, I didn't even have the Scott Talinsky one listed on there. So there's build a quiz app. This is a free one on YouTube if anybody's interested. It's a little bit older at this point, but I think it's still a pretty good one. All right. And then this is another older one on YouTube. So, I didn't copy this part. All right, so this should at least get me just a listing. So learn Visual Studio Code. I actually would like all of these to go external. And this is where I'm starting to think it might actually make sense to pull all of this data in to not just a markdown page for courses, but to actually pull in the rest of the stuff that I need. So I think I'll probably move that. A lot has changed since that video. Yes, I know. That way you can use the Nano Store and Astro that have a single templated file to generate all your courses. You have to explain what a Nano Store is because I don't know Um, I don't know what a nano store is. Yeah. Oh, so absolutely. Sorry, I didn't read the rest of your comment. So, job is teaching high school students about video game development. I love that. I've done that in the past, and it's a ton of fun. Biggest advice is to add value to people. Make sure you have focus and not being general. I think that's amazing. I talk a lot about like having the idea focus so that you can prioritize your time and effort to the things that you think are going to be the most valuable in the job search. So I'm right there with you. Nano store is a library. Interesting. Nano store. This is really interesting. Nano store library. Is it this thing? Nano stores is a tiny state manager for all these things. Interesting. Yeah, I've never looked at that before, but that could be fun to look at. Um, but what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just cut all this. I'm actually going to delete this file, and now I'm gonna imitate the home of blog. So is that just at index or is it at blog.astro? Okay, so let's create inside of here. Let's create a new file, courses.astro. Yep. And I'm going to copy all of blog over to courses.astro. I'm going to do a glob to look inside of courses folder. So let's do a new folder for courses. And let's look at all markdown files. And then we should be able to run something like similar to this. So we could probably kind of leave that for now. And let's go into courses and let's copy over one blog post. So let's put that into courses. Uh, first.md. And let's get rid of, so we can leave the content for now. We'll use the blog post layouts. I think that's okay. And then we'll say this first one is going to be learn Visual Studio Code. Learn Visual Studio Code. I'm going to rename the file to be that. So rename that to MD. I don't have a cover image yet. I'll come back to that. The publish date, this is actually older. So I'll need to check on that. So let's go to Udemy, learn Visual Studio Code. I don't know when I updated this, to be honest. Does it tell me last updated in 2020? Wild. It's almost 3 years ago. But it is what it is. So let's go back here. Let's say this is 2020 and 0110, something like that. Learn everything you need to know about Visual Studio Code. Cool. YouTube ID. I think I could have, did I promote this on YouTube? Learn Visual Studio Code course. Do I have a promotion video for this? Apparently not. I do have a lot of videos on this. Oh, hey, look, it's me streaming. It's ironic. So I'll actually skip the YouTube video. So I'll just get rid of that. And this should be able to go. Let's actually try this out. If I go to courses page, learn Visual Studio Code, has the date and everything. Click on this and blog, learn, not blog. Okay, so that's one of the problems there is inside of courses. I want this to go to courses. Nope. Did I refresh the page? There we go. Cool. So that's like decent. That's a start. Sweet. So then inside of, let's close this one. Let's do learn Visual Studio Code. Start to get that off. Let's do a caption or a block quote of learn everything you need to know about Visual Studio Code. Let's go and grab some of the information that's inside of Sanity. So learn VS Code. We've got an excerpt. Do I have a longer thing? Can I just copy all of that? Phew. Oh, that didn't look good. Increase experience web developers. Oh, that did not copy over well. Okay. So experience what? Sorry, while I format my markdown. What developers looking? Cool. Cool. This is the boring part of having to go through and format this stuff. This would be interesting if I was using something like MDX in here. Let's move this down here. Get rid of a lot of this, and let's see. See front matter. See, yeah, I just installed it. I have no idea. Like, it looked really cool. I know nothing about it yet, so I've got a lot to learn about it. But it looked really cool, is all I can tell you. Have you tried it before, Marek? If you have, I'd be particularly interested in knowing what you think about it and how you use it. I think that would be amazing to know if you have any feedback. And so I need to add into, where do these go? They go into images, posts, socials. Must not be in source. As you go into data images, no pages. Where's that images directory? Cover images inside of. It's not co-located. You can tell I haven't used this in a while. Socials, not that, not these. Public. Oh, public. So we'll do courses. And then we'll have a folder for Learn, Visual Studio Code. And then, do I have a Finder? I got one on my other page, other window. Let me see if I can find the image I just downloaded. Like, I've got a lot of random stuff inside of my video. Oh, there's that one. Let's put that inside of Learn VS Code. Let's call that cover. Okay. So this should be Learn Visual Studio Code. This will be in courses. This starts to look more. Is that off center? I feel like that is off center. That's definitely off center, right? Oh, it's just because the image is not big enough, probably. Thanks, Mark. Can I set this to interesting, or just should definitely make that a consistent with no. Okay. What's the parent of this? Go away. Parent of this would be that work for the image. Also feel like this is kind of a big gap up here. Maybe that's what it is. But I feel like that image. What would be a good way to do this? Display flex direction column. And then can I do an align self? Pro setting max width. I don't think it's pro. I think it's just this image is a weird size. I don't think it's a 1080p. It's 1074 by 579. I have no idea why I have that. I wonder if I have this still in Figma. I kind of am not sure I do. We can go check. Did y'all see the new cover image? It's not completely done, maybe, but new cover image for a series coming out starting next week. So build a TypeScript REST API from scratch using all these cool technologies, which should be a lot of fun. I'm excited about that. Yeah. Have you tried Sizzy, the browser for developers? Pretty good. I haven't tried Sizzy. I'm actually about to try Arc, which I think will be here's old covers. I think that will be fun. Here's all my random stuff in here. So interesting. Random graphics, VS Code cheat sheet. Wonder if I can just create another one. Since everyone is in YouTube, yeah, go ahead and jump into YouTube. I don't have this image. Very interesting. I wonder if I should just take this and duplicate it. And what did I call it? Or what did I have on it? Just let's add a piece of text. Learn. Maybe capitalize. Did we capitalize that? Get rid of that. Go into here. Center that text. Group. Center. And that's probably good enough, to be honest, because that's a 1920 by 1080. So I think that'll help me out. How do you create a cheat sheet? Nothing super fancy, to be honest. It's I typed a document in Notion and then I export it as a PDF and have it as a cheat sheet. I actually want to do more of those. It's a great. I've gotten tons of like almost all of my email newsletter signups have come from that. So I highly recommend it. So yeah, it's like relatively easy. I wonder if let me see if I can pull up Notion without having too many things that I like don't want you to see. Let me see. Content resources, courses. I don't even know where that is anymore. Sponsor content, sponsor list content, resources, TikTok, sponsoring, goals, giveaways, VS Code cheat sheet. Cool. So yeah, I'll bring this over and you can see it. So inside of Notion, I just have this VS Code cheat sheet. And from here, again, just typed all this stuff out, organized a little bit. But it's just like it's not super fancy, but you can add a bunch of stuff in here, like images and whatever you want. And then I export export as a PDF, and that is a cheat sheet, and it works. So I like to do more of that kind of stuff, especially as I get into a bunch of different tools and stuff. So anyway, yeah, I think it's pretty cool. So what I wanted to do is now take this image that I just downloaded. Let me upload this here. Let's get rid of the old cover. Let's update this to be cover. And I think this is slightly better anyway. And then now, is that still off center? Okay, so there's just something wrong then. So maybe that is taking up. Oh, the article has. Where does it get the margin right? Max width. Or maybe it's just the max width. Yeah. Okay, so that's got to be it. Let's see. It's using. Let's go into core. Is it like that on the blog page? The things you learn. Haha, it is off centered. Crazy. Not good. Not the way you want to go. What's up, one guy? Thanks, James. Been overthinking making one or two. Take your advice and shipping one. So yeah, dude, just ship it. Like you look at this. It's gotten thousands of downloads. Like I don't know how many thousands, maybe. And it's not that it in and of itself is that complicated. of a thing. It's just the convenience of having it in one place and other people not having to do it. That's worth it for them to go and check it out. So yeah, start with like any topic that you can think of. Just go ahead and do it. I think it'll be absolutely worth your time. So I'm actually missing. Let's go to the blog or where's the blog layout? Blog. Ooh, not that. I don't know what that is. Stop. Blog post layout. Anas on YouTube, what's up? One guy, I think I said hello to you. Welcome back. Welcome back. And Pros XL. Do I need to get rid of that? No. So Pros XL makes it bigger. I wonder, main. Do I have so base layout already has let's call them in H screen PY4 container max width 4XL. So I think in the base layout, I just need to make this article class of pros, but set the width 100. I think it's still article pros. The max width was on the pros class, I think. Yeah, I think you're right. Be one mind on Twitch. What's up? Thanks for coming to hang out. Yes, you're right. I'm trying to figure out how to can I tell pros not to do its own max width? Because I'm using a max width, which I could potentially just get rid of here. Like I'm using a max width there. It's tailwind. Yes. Yeah. Keep max width 4XL. Can't believe I didn't notice that this was those cases. All you need to do is max width none to your content. Oh, I've never done the that's interesting. So max width 100, I would have thought would do the work, but somehow it's not overriding. So inside of pros, max width none. Still not getting it right. Because there's main and then article. I bet you that oh, let's look at the article. I bet you it's being overridden. Pros. I don't see it coming in there. Max width. Oh, max W none. That's probably right. Yay, we fixed the bug on the site. Yay. Congrats to all of us. Oh, by the way, if people want to have some fun on Twitch, sorry, I haven't fixed this on YouTube. I don't know how to do this on YouTube. I don't know how to do a twit like a chat bot for YouTube. But if you're on Twitch, I'm sorry. You can actually change the theme of VS Code. There's a command in there if you want to try it. You can also change the lights that are behind me in this corner that you can't really see. I've got to kind of think that out now that I'm doing more on YouTube and less focused on Twitch anyway. But thank you. We figured something out. This is great. The water just like leaked everywhere. Yeah. So be one mind on Twitch. You should see the commands if you go to oh wait, no. Oh, I take that back. Because here's a lesson. Because I backed out of the affiliate program in Twitch so that I could stream to both YouTube and Twitch at the same time. Because of that, I now no longer have like built into the UI commands, which I had done. Now I need to go back to Bang commands because I've got some of my commands that you can do with Bang, some of them you can't. Actually, I can show Twitch. Let me see. So interesting. So like YouTube should be how did I differentiate? Oh, I know what it was. So random VS Code theme. So the thing I did was I added this key for these to have it be, let's see if I can explain this. This key is listening to the command. It's the unique identifier inside of Twitch when you register a command. So this is listening for that. So here's what I'll do. I think I can do this. Do y'all want to change this code? I shouldn't do this all this live, but let's change this really quickly. Um, let's do that. You can tell me to drink water if you want to. There's also like there's a play sound or a fail, so you can actually trigger a fail if you want to sound. Yes, you totally sidetracked me, and this is my fault for not doing this more. I don't have the guest stuff set up, so I probably won't do that. Hype. Um, cool. Hopefully that's still. I haven't tested all this stuff in so long. I'm so sorry. Christmas lights. Lights on and off. Lights random. Lights Valentine. If you want to see what my podcast is, if you want to do the random VS Code theme, I need to add. What did I do for hype? So I added these properties in here for cooldown. So this goes into where does that go? It goes into what is that? Channel. That's the function. Oh, so inside of here, I pass a callback function, then a global cooldown and a user cooldown. Did I ever do TypeScript for this? No. Yeah, I'm so sidetracked now. Let's do 300 seconds. Song I'm not really using, so I don't have that tied in. If you want to know my Twitter, my YouTube. Okay. This is only going to work on Twitch. I'm so sorry for people on YouTube. Eventually, I'll figure out how to do that. I just don't know how yet. Will someone someone try one of these commands? So try like a lights on command, and we'll see if this works. So in Twitch specifically, so Twitch do bang lights on with capital O. So what this framework does is it just reads from the name of the file and interprets that as a command. So I heard the sound. Can you see the light over here too? Like not directly, but you see the like ambient light, and then try the lights off command. It worked. Try lights off. I forget about the delay on Twitch and stuff. Cool. So that worked. So feel free to try any of these other commands if you would like. Yeah, this is cool stuff. Sorry, YouTubers. I will add that to my very extensive backlog of things to do is to get these commands working there. Did y'all see the theme switch? These are commands coming from Twitch. So if you're on YouTube, you're not knowing why stuff is changing and blah blah blah. That's why. Now, one question: Are you all hearing the sound effects as they come through? So when the light came on and off, you should have heard a switch for on and for off, as you might expect. And I need to make sure that that actually is coming through, so I can check. Yeah. So someone on Twitch is saying don't hear coming through there. So I know why. Because I don't have it set up to pull from Hyper. So Hyper is my terminal where I'm running this, and I also want to monitor this. So I'm going to delete it from here. Delete it from here. I'm going to send it over to this thing. Send it over to this thing. I'm going to turn the volume down a little bit. So many things going on. Okay, so somebody try another command on Twitch. If people want to, so here's a link. If people want to go to Twitch instead of YouTube, again, I'm not trying to take you one place or another, but if you want to help test these out, somebody run a new command, and then we'll see if we hear. The Twitter command doesn't have, so that looks like it worked. It doesn't have a sound effect. So try a lights on or lights off command. But at least some of that stuff is working. If I go back and like edit this video, it'll be an hour of me fucking around with commands and Discord and trying to get stuff set up. Back to what I had working like a year ago. I just haven't done this in forever, and now it's a little different going to YouTube. So I heard the sound effect. Did you hear the sound effect when it came through? Inca on Twitch, you'll have to do bang, so exclamation, then lights on to do the command. It's always a spelling thing. And then random potato dev, it's lights off OFF. Yeah, you got it. Did y'all hear that sound come through? Oh, lights down is a good one. I could do that too. Are y'all hearing the sound? Yes, no. I'm seeing it trigger on here, I think. Yes, yes, yes. No, no, no. I'm still not. People are switching lights. Just tell me if you hear it. I don't think you hear that. Oh, rats. But it looks like it should be coming through here. I don't hear it. Okay, here's another thing that I have enabled. So now you all are doing a lot, which is good. I appreciate you participating. Now, I should be able to do a global cooldown setting in here for lights off, lights on, and anything else that you might spam. Um, so try to run those back to back and see if it sends you a message saying you can't do it that quickly. You're still not hearing the sound though. That's interesting. So it looks like it was picking up from here. I wanted to output channels. Do I need to do it to? Oh, I need to do it to both. I think. Do I? Yeah, I think I do because this is the output and this is what I monitor. Is that right? Did it actually do the hype thing? Is that what the command is? Hype? It is. I don't know if it actually did it. Here's what I can do to help. So the cooldown thing is working behind the scenes. So notice that didn't trigger the lights on. It's not sending you a message, which it should to let you know. So sorry about that. There was a sound. So you heard the sound? Yes. Okay. So I don't have feedback on on when the when the cooldown is in place. Um after some number of seconds, um that should be enabled again. And Inca says there was a weird sound. Cool. So I'm going to let's do this. Can I got rid oh, that was scary. Oh, that's the hype one. Yeah, nice. I got rid of listening to um Twitch dashboard commands and now using Bang. Cool. Okay. Well, both. I keep typing commands in the wrong spot. That's funny. Cool. Well, thank you all for helping me check that out. So we've got a few things going on Twitch. I at some point will figure out if anybody has resources or suggestions on how to set that up in YouTube. Let me know. Now back to whatever the heck we were doing. So we fixed a bug in here. My website's going to look so much better. Great. Let's go to courses, and we can probably not blog/courses, but courses. We could probably go ahead and add this to here and just say courses, courses, and now we'll have courses, newsletter, blog. I wish I could get rid of that thing where it's loading the stuff. So here's Learn Visual Studio Code. It has a landing page, what you'll learn, course requirements, and then I guess I can take the button stuff. How do I purchase this? I always forget how. Well, link to purchase. Yeah, so I guess I'll just include, I don't know, a button in here or a link that in here that says buy now. It's not going to be the best looking thing. Actually, it's pretty terrible looking thing. So that definitely needs some work, but I think that's okay for now. Like that's getting close. It at least has a listing. So let's go back to courses. That's great. So let's add another one. So let's take our courses. Let's duplicate this. Let's call this build a quiz app. Actually, I should just copy this from Sanity. Let's take the build a quiz app. Let's take the slug and let us use that in here. Let's create a new folder for that. We'll eventually add the cover image. Let's download, save image as, whatever. I'm going to rename that anyway. Grab that image. What did that download as? I'm kind of speeding through this as well. Um, oh, this is a small image. Interesting. Build a quiz app. Cancel. So this will be blog posts. This is build a quiz app with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And this will be that slug that we just copied there. In this directory. And let's see what we have for an excerpt in here. Cool. Go and grab this whole thing. Unfortunately, it's going to terribly format it. Oh, this actually did like overview of all the interesting. So here's a full overview of this course. Sorry, tedious stuff. Mhm. The random VS Code thing is cool, right? I think so. So there's the code stacker thing. I think it's fun. There's like a whole lot of potential settings that I could do. What's wrong with this? Description is longer than 106 characters. Sure. Cool. Learn to build a quiz app without the assistance of libraries or frameworks. Sound scared me. Is it too loud? If the sound is too loud, let me know. I can adjust that too. Okay, so here is. Oh, when was the quiz app published? This was 2019 to 18. So 19 to. I could just do. I don't need to get super specific, but that should show up here. So build a quiz app. It's older. There's the cover image. Cool. Here's what you'll learn. Buy now. Tab it loud. Not bad. It just startled me. I think that's fair. So let's open this up, and let's say that these sound effects are going to be a little quieter. This is good. It's the first time I'm testing this in a while. So yeah. All right. Then let's take this in here. And let's say enroll now for free. The person who commented on the front matter extension, did you say, if you're still here, I think it was someone on YouTube, did you say whether or not you've used that before? All right, so there's enroll now for free. We definitely want to fix that. Definitely want these to be prettier too. To like an actual day. So is it like that on the blog? I think it is. So I definitely want to format that a little bit better. But there's two of the courses at least. There's like the basics. So that's something. Okay, so the next one is design and build a chat app. So here's the link to the course. Here's the excerpt. Here's the slug. And let's save image as. Call this node. All right, so let's go in and create another folder using our slug. And then we'll add this image. Nope, not that one. Different image. The Node.js one. Yep. And we will rename that to be cover. And then we'll add under courses, we'll add a new file, paste in this thing again, and that will actually be .md. Let's copy one of these over to it. And this will be design and build a chat app with socket IO. The slug. Here, what's the date on this? 2018. Wow. In May. It's amazing how old some of this is. And I had a tagline. That's too long. Better. Cool. And what details do I have in here? Weird how much spacing it adds in some of these things. Okay. And then I think I already have the YouTube playlist for this copied. Maybe not. I don't know if that was the right one. Let me just make sure. Copy this. And I'm gonna actually take these. This actually should not be by now, but enroll, take the course for free. I'm gonna add this up to the top too. Again, it's not gonna look great. That's fine. Things to be updated later on. And then I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna add these links a little higher up too. Anybody else working on anything fun out there, by the way? I know I'm kind of like heads down working and not really engaging as much now. But here's Learn VS Code. Here's the link. Here's the link again. Cool. There's Build a Quiz App. That one. Take the course for free. Course. Typo. Cool thing about having this be in Markdown is embedded in the repositories, other people could find errors too and fix them for me, which is really nice. Cool. This is not so bad. Node.js. Cool. I could add some bold to that or whatever I wanted to do. And this goes to YouTube. Cool. So that works. Fun, not really, but very busy at work. Fair enough. Yeah. Fun is relative. Yep. SvelteKit apps for enterprise if Vite will behave. Ooh. Andras, is that something that you're working on at work? It's cool that you're using SvelteKit at work. If you are, I'm going to stand up, by the way. Kelvin, working on docs for V2 of Treble and Astro. Nice. Oh, and I bet it helped that you went through and rebuilt your website in Astro when you're applying for that job. I don't actually know. So I know you got the job there. I don't. Is it Treble? Oh, so BLLE worked, but the recent Vite changes are unstable. Oh, what are the Vite changes? I haven't paid attention to that. So stay in tune with your APIs. Treble makes it super easy to understand what's going on with APIs and use them. Oh, Safari Treble. Oh, cool. We should definitely, Kevin. We should definitely have you on the podcast to talk about this if you're interested. It'd be a lot of fun. Um, I secretly am going to send you a message if you would like to book a time. We're booked out for a few months now, which is like a great problem to have because there's just so many exciting people to talk to. If you would like to, I'm going to send you our cal, our Calendly to book a time if you would like to come and talk about that. I think that'd be a ton of fun. Secrets. Brian, what's up, man? Brian and I will be hanging out on a stream in December, probably, I think. So keep an eye out for that. Definitely interested in the podcast. Yeah, I just sent you the link. Oh, Brian, have we talked about you coming on to the podcast to do that as well? I don't know. Basically, invite is open for so many people if you have something fun to talk about. Yeah, Brian and I should let me send. I think what we may need to do, Brian, what's your? Oh, I was doing the wrong Brian. Or am I? What's your handle in Discord? Brian Rob. Why is that not showing up? B Rob. There it is. All right, so you got it too. I think something we should do is like maybe just make both episodes live episodes of the podcast streams. I think that would be fun, and I think we've got enough people to do it. And it's things that are going on in the back of my mind that like are not the most important things right now. So anyway, keep an eye out for that. Trouble is using Astro for docs. That's going to be super cool to learn about, like both the product and how you're using Astro, Kelvin. And then Brian and I will have a lot to talk about as well. So anyway, I guess I should advertise this, right? Like I should advertise this course. So let me go ahead and copy a few things here. So inside the project for courses, we're going to need a new folder, paste in not that much. That one. I need to get an image for that. Then we need to come into courses, new file, not that one, but this one .md. And then let's copy over a previous one. Let's start to get this information over. Also doing a series called Frameworkless API Challenge on Trouble YouTube. I got the idea because we have a framework for everything these days. So let's see how we can work with them for an hour. I got a framework to build an API in PHP without a framework. Dude, that's cool. That's awesome. Super exciting. Make sure you, Kelvin, you're the best at sharing in Discord. So continue to do that as you have video content out. Tech Gadget is hanging out with us, one of the admins from the Learn Build Teach Discord. What's up, Tech? I don't catch streams as often as you used to. I also don't stream as often as I used to. So that is totally fair. I get that. Let's say check out the course. I'm going to put this at the top and the bottom of this page. And then let's see what information series. Welcome to Full Stack. All right, just going to do this. Save that. And then learn how to build a full stack. And then we'll want, again, need to give a cover image for that course. There, slug, there, full stack, React, and Firebase. Maybe I can get rid of that. And then I need a cover image for this. What is he? Can I copy this and log? Can I see this cover image? Does he have, let's see, does he have inside of the head? Does he have a cover image property? OG image. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, he does not. It didn't have a specific cover image, but if I go back to tutorials and look at this, Can I copy, where was that? Can I copy this image? Card content. Style background image. Huh. What is that? They didn't have a I don't know how to do this. Circle at. So is there, can I not get like uh, the actual image itself? So grid item, that thing, that thing. He's using Svelte. You can see the Svelte stuff in there. This thing. But that's just background color, background size. Interesting. So he just has. Oh wait, is this the one? Maybe this is the one. Style equals. Maybe that's the one I need. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. What is that? That's not at all what I wanted. And this. No. Image upload dot PNG. Oh, so he's got a couple of different things. Okay. So he's like overlaying stuff on top of this. So I may not be able to get a great picture of this. Not sure what the best thing to do for that is. What I could do is I was inside of Figma earlier. And one of the things I need to add is cover images to those cards too. I haven't done that yet for blog posts, etc. Let's see. Did I have this in any of these? Press, YouTube covers. I don't. Assets. It's funny. I have not done a good job of keeping up with like any of my stuff. He's using Cloudinary, I wonder. Yeah, I think so. It looked like it. Oh, I still have this open. I wish I could hear. My dog is asleep and she's like whining in her sleep and barking a little. Can y'all hear that? Can you hear it? Oh, she stopped. Okay, well, she stopped, but it was very cute if you could hear it. And you know, you know. Little barks. I wonder if I can tweak the code. Okay, y'all heard her a little bit. Love it. I wonder if I can tweak the code for the header, article header, and just say if there's YouTube video ID, and then do another thing to say if there's a YouTube video ID, do the YouTube video. Otherwise, if there is a cover image, do the image tag or nothing. That not work. So YouTube ID, do that. Cover image ID or cover image, do that. Do empty. Do that. Empty div. I don't even know if I need. Did I? It looked like I had to have something in there, right? Yeah. Div message turn area. It's necessary, but I also hate it. Yeah, I don't love that. I guess I could also. So I could change this a little bit. So I could say YouTube video and YouTube cover image, and then close that out, and then say cover image and not YouTube video ID and then just do that. That's right. So if there's a YouTube video ID, do that. If there is not a YouTube video ID and there is a cover image, do this. So that works. Be one mind. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Appreciate it. Thanks for helping test out some stuff too. So this should be full stack React and Firebase. Oh, we actually need to update that date. So does this have a date on it? I don't know what the date, or should I say love and hate? That's great. I love that. This does not have a date. So I'm going to make up a date for this full stack React. This was after This is after my React and serverless course. Did I do React and serverless yet? No, I haven't. So I guess I could come back. But let's actually see that this shows up. Full stack. I would say this was like this may have been 20. When was it? No, probably 2020. I don't actually know. Full stack, React, and serverless. Oh, so it's still trying to show. And because we actually have linked to the cover image, so now it should just be full stack, React, and serverless. You have courses on Level Up Tuts now. I have, yeah. So this is an old course. I've done one. It's the only thing I've done on Level Up Tuts, but I have one course out there. Yeah. Yep. So this should link out to Level Up Tuts. Cool. This is very basic. It's not super helpful, but at least it gets the job done for now. And then we need to do React and serverless. So React and serverless, let's copy this thing. Let's copy the link to the course. Let's copy YouTube video ID. I guess I have one to do that for. Let's copy this. Let's copy this. Let's download the image. You have a meeting, Jess? Oh, you just don't want to be in the room with me anymore? Fair enough. Fair enough. I'll probably be done in yeah, I'll probably be done in a minute. We're on from Next Insanity to Astro and playing Markdown. I actually, so it was Gatsby and Sanity, and now playing Markdown with Astro. Yeah, I went through and was working on the migration to Next.js, and then I kind of backed out and went to Astro like all of a sudden, just because I got distracted like so many people do. So new folder. This is going to be the slug. And then let's copy that. Update the slug there. And then we'll update. I guess I could just, I don't need to put these all in a folder. I could put these in different places, but slug. React and serverless full stack development. Cool. When was this published? This was in 2020, in May 2025. And oops, what was the excerpt for this? Cool, there's that. You want a pro tip? Get a multiple history clipboard. Game changer. I look back at some of the stuff and I'm like, I've created a ton of content because this is old stuff that I haven't touched in a long time. When you do it for so long, you end up creating a bunch of stuff. Joshua Barrios is in the chat. Joshua? For some reason that doesn't sound right. That's right, right? Great way to take a wake up from a power nap and code to see what you're live coding with Astro. Yes. No better way to wake up than right into code with Astro. I don't know why Joshua sounded weird. I don't know why that sounded weird to me at the time, but sounds like I was right, which is good. So Q&A, not that one, but The formatting of this data sucks. Still want to take the course on Udemy, feel free. The content would be JB is probably what's in your head. That's why. Yeah, it's funny. Like if you don't like, just don't hear names that often, then it's like, is that right? So that should be a 2, I think. Oh, everybody else tired of formatting stuff? That's all I'm going to do. Multiple cursors to the rescue. Got to get the multiple cursor going. Yes. Create a ton of content, motivated. Love to hear it. Kelvin, you've been doing great, by the way. If you stuck with them, you could have recorded a macro and been done already. Macro being like do one thing and then do the repeat shortcut to do it again, I guess. Oh, tech, yes. Am I streaming on YouTube? Yeah. So for everybody that's here, I'm streaming on both YouTube and Twitch. So whichever one you're on, there are also people on the other one. Yeah. Reaction serverless. So that's the most recent final thing that I have. And then did I upload or did I get a cover image for this? I think not. Or yeah, I got it, but I didn't upload it. So React serverless. Well, there it is. Oh, not that. And then this should have a new image. Cool. Serverless, what you get. Take the course. This should be buy the course. What's the link in here? Should have included the link in there. Let's check out the course. And the link to that is this one. I feel like I've made good progress, by the way. This is like, it's not perfect by any means, but it's a good start. Check out the course, blah, 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 blah. I should definitely make these. Yeah, do I want to? I guess I could do, all right. Forget about your visibility. I'm going to add some more room on the screen. Where's the, okay. So cursor, 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 cursor. My worst fear is if I do this and then I mess up and let go and then I have to start all over. All right, so this should be 1, 2, 3, space. Now, ooh, those are big. Those shouldn't be that big. Why are they that big? I don't like this. It should be an H3. Where's the styling coming from for that? Class not where H3 not where. I don't even know what that does. That's wild. That feels big. That feels like bigger. I mean, maybe it's fine, but it feels as big as the H2 there. So there's a difference. I don't know. That's fine. Whatever. Okay, sorry. Missed some multiple cursors. Yes. Yeah, and I was half joking. What were you joking about, Mark? Oh, with macros for, yeah, fair enough. Been customizing my environment again, left it untouched for ages. I'll post screenshots. Yeah, I'd love to see that. Yeah, that's me. Like, stuff gets so far behind. Yeah. Based on the progress I saw within my podcast website, I think it's ready for launch. I've decided I just have to decide whether I use Cloudflare CDN or Cloudinary for images and videos. I don't know much about Cloudflare CDN from that perspective. I can say like Cloudinary is amazing for what it does. So I'm gonna check out Cloudflare Pages integration with Astro Pages. Love it. That sounds super exciting. Make sure I'm sure you will, but make sure you share links to that when you're done. I'm thinking also like, what are your opinions on having like on this kind of page on having a header? Because if I did like 100 view width or whatever, I'll do that on the image itself. I kind of like those. Where's can I set that to width? Gosh, I guess that's not gonna work. Is there a way to tell it to break out of its container? But anyway, I'm thinking like I really like the full width. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. So let's actually. I'm curious about that. Joshua JB. That's what I'm thinking as well. I think that would be super cool to do the full width banner thing. What I don't know though is like, what do you do with the information to get back to other pages? Like, where do you put that? Did anybody have an example of like some of those full width pages that also link to other stuff? Maybe I don't need the other stuff, but I feel like I would need to. Short URL deployed via Netlify, and I want to work on framework comparison thing. Can't figure out what I want to build in, so I want to build something small and do it in different ones. That's fair. Did I speak on Gooseman on what Twitch? No, it's not Friday. Just hanging out. I want to actually do more. I want to get back into streaming a little bit more. I won't commit to like a whole lot of stuff, but I want to do a little bit more. SB is asking to speak on MySQL integration with Astro. I haven't. So let me know if you have any specific questions. It's all kind of like JavaScript, so you kind of figure out however you do with JavaScript. Prisma is my favorite thing to integrate with MySQL, for example. So that's what I would probably recommend. JB, and only have the menu show up when you scroll down as a sticky island menu. Oh, I like these. Try pointing to React versions instead of date. It's very blog-like now. Try, Kenneth, what do you mean there? What do you mean by pointing to React versions instead of date? Oh, like instead of the date that this course was published? Is that what you mean? It would be beneficial to have versions in there. That's going to take like more research and stuff to go and get that information, but that's a good point. But at the very least, I think we accomplished the basics of what we need to do just to get this stuff back online. Is there a good way to format this? Isn't there a new JavaScript update that includes like formatters in JavaScript to get like the pretty dates or whatever? Without a one, two local string. Do they do a pretty thing in there? Like a meta international? Brad, I feel like we need more time to hang out. Is that fair? International, is that the JavaScript NTL date format? So, dude. I feel like I just sounded weird. Yeah, of course we do. I feel like there's never enough time to see people. So I don't know I don't like that format. If I go, let's close. Ooh, not that. Dum 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 dum. Not that. Oh, get formatted date. And I did all that just to 2020. Yeah. So there's all my manual work that I can get rid of. Sorry. So get the date from the date stream. I guess I could just put that all online. Still planning a Boston trip. Hmm. Yes, sorry. Backtracking just a little bit. That conference, Brad, fingers crossed. Super excited about that. JB, you're not going to the Austin one, is that right? You're going to the one we were hanging out at the one in Wisconsin, and I think you said you couldn't make it to this one because you've got your sister's wedding, which we kind of joked about, like streaming the talk too. Yeah, going to a wedding. Yeah, which sucks. I'll miss you there, Mark. So, are you still planning a trip to Boston? I think so. If I had talked about a trip to Boston, it was something I was doing for Planet Scale at the time, and I was hoping that they were going to not retroactively cancel my flights, but they did. So I didn't get to make that trip back in September because they canceled my flights that I had already booked. I was hoping they weren't going to think about that, and they did. So so I don't have any immediate trips to go to Boston. I would like to get up to New York again. Like I would love to go a time or two a year just because I enjoy it. So maybe that would be tied into a Boston trip because I've got one of my best friends is in Boston as well. So there's a potential there. And also, what this should do is now the dates here should be a little better formatted everywhere. So there's blog and then there's courses. Cool. Okay, going to be recording an episode with Clark Sell tomorrow on the podcast. Will be Mister That Conference himself. Love it. Clark's amazing. Super cool that you get to hang out with him. I'm excited for you. So we got a slightly better formatted date. We have courses. At least we have the information there, which is good because this is something people were missing. So let's do people have probably realized this by now. I'm pretty wild and free with committing code. So added, of course, stuff. If you go through my Git history and you want to judge, just don't because it probably won't help you very much. Failed some. What's going on here? Updates were because the counterpart, your current branch is behind. Oh, is there something? Git pull. No, I don't like it. You have divergent branches need to I don't like this. What did I do? Wait, what? You have divergent branches need to specify how to reconcile them. You can do so by running one of the following commands. What the fuck? Let you hasn't committed with a message of please work this time. If it because you're shipping JS to the client. Well, I don't. Okay, so I am not a Git. Well, I did. So I get a Git pull origin master. That's where I got this. So this is saying, but I don't know how, like, what was my last commit on this? I bet I changed something just like in GitHub browser, but wouldn't that be easy enough to merge? Like, I doubt I would have done something super, super complicated. And like all the stuff that I did was new, I thought. Isn't protected. Oh, yeah, that sounds like a lot of work though. Merge pull request on October 7th. Did I merge that? I have to check that out. I don't know. So commit was 2 months ago. What was in that commit? I merged the stuff on October 7th? It was so small, I don't even remember doing that. Okay. Yeah, you get problems. Time for a new repo. Control C, Control V on all folders. Honestly, that was my temptation. But like, why? Why would this not just be V confused? All right, Brad says we're on a Git status. Your branch and origin master have diverged in 1 and 3 different commits each. Use git pull to merge the remote branch into yours. I'm trying to. All right. It means something got merged into main that you hadn't pulled down yet before making local. So yes, but usually I can still pull it. Like the divergent branches is something different because I should be able to just pull that into the stuff that I have. I'm not sure. Um, yeah. So try pull again. That's where I get this. That's where I get this message. Oh, commit first. Have I not? I have. I've committed. No unstage stuff. I've committed. Right? Nothing on stage. Pull rebase. I may have to do that. I don't know what a rebase is. Slash how to do it. Notice how I got really quiet and self-conscious. I don't know, like if I've done a rebase before, it's been like just following somebody's instructions like that. So I actually don't know how rebase works. Um Someone else said get stashed, then pull, then pop. So I'm gonna try that. So should I copy the folder before? I've done like 4 rebases my entire career. Yeah. Then start a local merge from main. Talking about rebasing would be a great video. If I knew how to talk about it, I would. Then that'll start a local merge from main to your branch. Oh, stash is only for stuff I've already committed. What a mess. Are y'all having as much fun with this as I am? So, all right, let me do the responsible thing. And let me go see what a freaking rebase is. But you had to, yes, I've already committed. It's okay, James. I'm still learning the concept of rebase and how to do it via CLI. Yeah, so rebase is a process of moving or combining a sequence of commits to a new base commit. Rebasing is most useful and easily visualized in the context of a feature working branch. Too bad I didn't do a feature branch like I should. I think you just don't have a default pull strategy. Oh, so this is not necessarily an extra problem. Nervous. Uh, Miles Spaghetti. He's nervous. On the surface, he looks calm and ready to drop bombs, but he keeps on forget. Did y'all know that I played a rap song in my last talk for the entire audience? That was made me really nervous. So is that something that is this something that people is that a common thing to define? So I guess just the merge would be what I want, right? Like I just wanted to do the merge. So git config pull dot rebase false. So that should just do what I'm telling it now is I should just do is it should just do a merge. It wants to know if you like merge commit or rebase commit part of NuGet stuff. Okay, so pull.rebase false. Git pull should just merge and then tell me if I have any st. Your branch is ahead. Cool. So push that shit. Okay. So that was just asking me, that says just do a merge. Okay. While this is building behind the scenes, thank you all. I appreciate your patience and not laughing at me for not knowing what this is. Let's just out of curiosity read some stuff about rebase. The process of moving, combining a sequence of commits to a new base commit. Rebasing most useful. So, you know how difficult things are to learn when they don't resonate with you? Like I've learned in my life, reading this documentation will be impossible for me to actually learn what a rebase is until I like actually see it done and have like a deeper realistic understanding of what's going on. So I'm going to try to read these words. The reality is I probably won't remember this. Also, JB, so Atlassian has some of the best documentation for Git that I've ever seen. So I highly recommend that as a resource. Brad says rebase and merge are 2 different ways of doing almost the same thing. I'm team merge, but everyone has their option. Yes, JB, this is really good. Yeah, rebase can be useful. So from a concept perspective, rebasing is changing the base of your branch from one commit to another, making it appear as if you created your branch from a different commit. Is this still different? Is rebasing still different than squashing commits, which I've also never done? Yeah, Brad, shout out to Atlassian. I forgot about that. Yeah, we got Brad in the team. Brad wrote all the documentation for Atlassian for Git, and it's some of the best Git documentation I've seen. So everyone, oh, I think you can hear this now. Hold on. Stream. Can Can you hear these? Yay, Brad, thank you for making all of this documentation. Love me some merge and squash. So squash is when you just get rid of squash is different. It just takes multiple commits and makes them on a single commit. Okay, so I kind of knew that in theory. So squash is a separate thing. Kelvin says, I think I should do an article on difference between rebase and merge, please, and do a video because I prefer those if I'm being selfish enough. Rebase takes your local commits and applies them after the most recent commits. So your local commits always appear on the top of the history and not interleaved. Okay. That kind of, so you pull some stuff, you have some stuff remote. You apply like whatever the difference is between remote and local. we take our local, and no matter what the timing was of the commits in the two that were divergent, we take local, we keep all that, and then we take subsequent commits that were missing and commit those into the stuff that we have local. So your local commits are always on top of the history and not interleaved. Does that sound like that is right? So then so the merge, instead of looking at like an order of we'll keep these and then apply here, the merge, well, rebasing makes it look like you're always working on the same branch, even though you had a different working branch. I'm so confused. So it takes the new commits, adds them as latest branches. Brendan, I don't know if you're like poking fun at the situation or not. I think you're being serious, and it is hilarious. Like in the context of me really struggling with this. This is not a tutorial on this at all. This is a getting distracted and me admitting publicly, nervously, that I don't know what a get rebase is, and I've never done one before. And so now we're trying to teach me what a rebase is. Yeah. Like say I'm working on a feature branch, and the dev branch has changes I pulled in. I can rebase the dev branch on. Also, I'm like keep going back to your comment, Brendan. I don't think you were poking fun at the situation, but like very hilariously timed based on what we're talking about. Yeah, one of the things you actually have to do, reading is so hard. I think there may be something coming to mind. So hold on, let me read a couple of these again. So talk to me. So Goose says, rebasing makes it look like you were always working on the same branch, even though you had a different working branch. So it takes the new commits, adds them as the latest commit. So this is is it specifically across branches? Kelvin says, I'm working on a feature branch and the dev branch has changes I pulled in. I can rebase the dev branch on top of the feature branch. So you pull in those commits from the dev branch to the feature branch, push them on top of your existing, just look like those are commits to the feature branch. Brad says, imagine if you branched all 3 days ago. There are now a bunch of new commits on main. Rebasing it makes it seem like you rebranched. Then put your commits back on top. I thought it was the other way around. I just forced all the people to mentor to do a test scenario. Okay, so Mark says Brad said it best. So imagine if you branched off of main 3 days ago. People have pushed commits to main. In my branch, rebasing makes it seem like I branched main right now. Oh, your commits are always the last set of commits. Oh, okay. Okay, so I branch off of main. I have a dev branch, my own personal dev branch. I creating commits to it, right? Also, somebody has committed stuff to main. What it's going to do is basically pull main and then apply my commits on top of it. Rebase is the reason we need computer science series. I think that kind of makes sense. I would like now I question whether I fully know how merges work. I think I just had the aha moment. Okay, so now I don't now this makes you question whether or not I know the specifics of how merges work. Rebasing is bad, quote unquote. There's preferences because it rewrites commit history. Okay. So merge will not rewrite the commit history. Merge is going so existential. This is fun. This should be I should post this as its own video of like what the fuck is rebase coming from a person who has no idea what rebase is, or like learning what rebase is from an audience full of people who are very patient with me. So I'm rebasing my current branch off main as it just created the branch from it. Merge just mismatches everything together and doesn't change your commit history. So inside of when you merge, if somebody has pushed stuff out, they've pushed commits to something and you pull those, does it look at timing of the commits and like try to apply them in order? Or does it just say like the stuff that I have now, apply their stuff on top of it and put it all into one additional commit, which was a merge? I think that probably makes sense. Rebasing is just changing the pointer. It's not rewriting commit history. It's rewriting the branch history. Okay. Merge is like taking a black box of code, is forcing it into. Merge is like trying to take a black box of code, forcing it into your existing code history as one giant blob. Yeah. So, okay. So, like, it's so funny when you get down to like specific detail. Like, I've merged all the time, right? But then you come down to specific details of like, how does that work? And then you're like, oh, I don't actually know if I can explain that. And I feel like I get in that situation a lot. Like, one of the things that's for me is if I'm having a difficult time understanding something technically, and I have a very specific question, like I ask very specific technical questions because I want that level of depth of knowledge, and people give me the surface level stuff that I already know, but don't help me get to the point of like, I want to know actually deeper how it works behind the scenes, and people aren't following me down this path. That's actually what, and I feel like they think I don't get the basic stuff. I'm like, no, I want to go deeper, and you're not following me. Not that's this conversation, just like that's frustrating conversations that I have in life. Fun fact, fun time. Let's try to reload the website. So this is jamesgquick.com courses. And here's the courses website. Cool. Good enough for now. There's lots of things to update. The other thing that I need to add is a uses page. And I don't know if I'll do that because I might go eat lunch and take a break in a second. Here's my YouTube dashboard, if anybody's curious. One of the things that I changed in my settings is under upload defaults. I got rid of the link to my courses. So let's add this back in. Courses, the website courses. Let's just make sure that's right. Cool. Oh, that works. That's good enough for me. There's definitely some work to do, but I feel like that was a great one. Also, there are about 6 types of marble. Thank you for ruining my day by telling me this. Just kidding. Get config, you actually set policy about which path to take when conflicts happen. Is that what I just set? I did a few minutes ago. I think I have my setup to FF only by default. I can merge or rebase if there are conflicts. Great content question. I'm not the only one that has a lot of trouble understanding rebase. It's trippy stuff. Brad. See. Oh, we've been waiting for this. We've been waiting for this day. Brad just crossed 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Let's see if we have another clap to celebrate this. So to get monetized, there's 2 things that you have to do. You have to have 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, and then you have to have 4,000 watch hours in the previous 65 day period. Brad, do you have any idea like what your watch hours are at? So yeah, JB is asking, do I have my YouTube handle yet? It should be there by default. My handle should be there by default, and it's based on if you already have a custom channel name, which Brad does, Brad Garapi. Mine is James G. Quick. If you already have that, they set up your handle for you automatically. So I only would have gone in to do something manual if I wanted to change it from the custom name. So I've already got that. 2,400 public watch hours and 4,000 required. Nice. Cool. Yeah. On your way. I love it. You got one more subscriber. Nice. To just watch all of Brad's content on repeat. Yes, I agree. The problem when I watch people's content that I don't help them on watch hours is that I go through, oh, you want to see this extension that I have? This is a cool one that I've watched from Brad. But I have an extension. If you see this little thing up here, it's a like increase and decrease speed. I can actually do it with plus and minus on my keyboard. So as soon as I start a video, I usually crank it up to like at least 3 times speed. Which, fun fact for people that are wondering how YouTube works, if you watch, even if I watch, so his video is 3 hours and 45 seconds. If I watch the entire video at 3.5 times speed, I'm only consuming his content on the YouTube platform for about a minute. If I watch it at 3.5 times, like whatever that number is. So even though I watch the entire video, it's still not as helpful as if I watched the entire video and watched it at regular speed, because it's less time that I actually spent on the video on the YouTube platform. Yes, this is a super handy. I should actually go back and like rewatch this. I've thought about there's my comment from however long ago. I can't watch anything at 1.75. Yeah, so I don't most of the stuff I watch at this point is like rarely am I like following hands on. I'm just absorbing just kind of like what's there and what's possible. Like there's just a difference in how I consume content as a more experienced developer than a newer developer several years ago. And so now it's just like I'm just looking for exposure of here's the things out there that I may or may not have known. So someone asked asked a question earlier that I didn't get to answer. Sorry about this. Let's see. I forget who it was. Rats. Oh, there it is. From Kenneth. Kenneth asked, explain the host and pipeline. So I am hosting on Netlify, and Netlify is just connected to my GitHub. So when I push to that GitHub project, it just runs a build. So there's nothing more than that, which is really great. So inside of here, there is, I have a Netlify. Do I have a Netlify toml? Don't have a Netlify, but I do have inside of my package.json, I have an Astro or a Netlify plugin. And then does this have any configuration? Not that. Oh, lame. I don't want all the references in the blog post. I need to turn off search and blog posts. Maybe I don't. Where's the Astro config? So it pulls in. Oh, never mind. I'm not actually using that plugin right now because I backed away from having server rendered stuff, which I want to move back to that. So I'm not using the Netlify plugin, even though I have it defined. So right now it's just a completely static site. Goes through and builds all the pages and things. And it just kicks off the build. So if you look in deploys based on that last, I think, oh, that's funny. This should be, today at 1:30. So it just kicked off this build. It's done and done. Yeah. So this deploy preview, I guess I can, there's not things out there still left to do, right? There's an issue. Oh, this actually should be done now. I forget thank you for doing that. When did they create this? On September 9th. Yeah. So this is, I'm so bad at open source type stuff. Thanks so much for calling out. Yeah, so I guess those are pull requests that I already merged where they had deploy requests come through. So I don't need to do fork by unrecognized. That's fine. So anyway, yeah, the answer to the question of the setup here is it just goes automatic on push to main. It'll go and do a build of the site. So yeah, that's it. At this point, it's like hunting and pecking. Exactly the thing you need to hear. Yeah, true, that too. Green tunes out fast. Exploration of a topic. How do we handle images in Markdown now and prevent layout shift? Good question. Let's see. Actually. So one actual problem that I'm having, or that I did have, is I still don't have a way to use their image component. What am I looking for? To use their image component inside of the from Markdown. So my guess actually is that the layout shift still exists. Although that didn't seem to shift. That seemed to work. Right. So if I refresh this, do the whole thing again. Yeah, that definitely had content shift. I don't know how does it know that this looks like you do? Do your images have, looks like no. Yeah, so there's nothing inside. Let's see, log, JavaScript memory match game. And then inside of here, I have nothing that can actually help with images right now. This is probably just a, yeah, anyway. So yeah, I don't have a solution to actually leveraging some sort of image component inside of images that are in Markdown. There is an image component in Astro, but I don't know how to tie that to um, images coming from Markdown, which makes me really not want to do images, to be honest. I've also thought about the potential to move stuff to Cloudinary as well. What are these errors? Fetch Google Analytics. I don't even know. I'm trying to use Party Town to do Google Analytics, and it throws errors. I honestly, and this is like I feel like terrible for me. I don't know if I have Google Analytics working on this or not because of this, and I haven't gone back and actually like try to look into it. Yeah, so this one is using the image component, I believe. Move to Cloudinary Ramon, reheight program to add width and height to image elements and markdown. Yeah, it's just a lot of things. Oh, I need to go back and change performance. Not perform. What is it? Network. Yeah, I used Fathom and it was easy to set up. Oh, Kelvin. I don't know what Fathom. I'm gonna call this now. Oh, it's Fathom Analytics. Incorporate Fathom Analytics instead. No, I don't care at all about Fathom. If anybody, maybe Kelvin, you could do a piece of content or come on stream with me at some point and show me how to set it up and what it is, because I don't know. Reference if you want to take a look. Images and Markdown are so complicated. I know. Yeah, it's a mess, which I feel like they shouldn't be. I don't really know. Like you go through this whole compile step of parsing the Markdown. Like you should be able at build time to go and inspect that image and see what size the image is. And then like I never understood why with the Next.js component, I was having to define width and height values. I never understood that. It doesn't make sense to me. Like if you've got the image, you can go and figure out this, and maybe you can't figure out the size until you actually download it. I don't know. I always thought that was weird. So like image components can be really nice, but I feel like they still just don't make the sense they should. Also, image component locks you into a framework, and I'm desperately trying to get away from that. Fair. Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you. Okay. I am going to run. This is super fun. Thanks everyone for hanging out and teaching me a lot of things. And we made progress on the site too. So the next thing I need to do is a uses page. So that will be fun. That'll be simple. That'll probably just be Markdown. Like this will be the simplest page ever. We'll just have a Markdown file, a title that says uses, and then just list out the things that I use from a hardware perspective and software perspective and things like that. So it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it. If anybody has recommendations or suggestions, like site wise, let me know that as well. Cause I'd love to get any feedback on that. Anyways, thanks again, everybody. I had a ton of fun. Great to see friendly faces and names and stuff inside of chat. I appreciate all the activity. I'll catch you later.